to everybody. I will speak in English. Maybe it will be easier after the 2 hours of teachers we had in English. So first of all, thank you to all of you for this amazing day of, I would say, of not teaching, of learning. We learned a lot. We saw many things. We thought about many things, and I think maybe this is the best way to spend a day of fasting. First of all, to seek the positive dimension of it, and second, to be together. No matter if there's the Atlantis in front, in the middle of us, or the Pacific, but to be together, or the borders. So the last limud of the day will be the Chief Rabbi Zohar, Chief Rabbi of the Americas and the West Indies. This is the best example of what we have seen just before, when you go and you try to bring someone in. I remember Rabbi Zohar when run after him in the Mamila street, and now almost 7 years after, 8 years after, I don't even know how to count, we have a chief rabbi, we have a chief rabbinate, and we are celebrating the first anniversary of it. And very wise man, very discreet, always try to find a way to share with the ones who can receive the message. So, Bezrat Hashem, let's put the last energy in the limud for Rabbi Zohar. Rabbi Zohar, are you ready? Okay. Here he is.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, ouvracha, shalom, et le koulam. Bonjour tout le monde. J'espère que tout le monde très bien. Rabbi Pinchas, si vous pourriez, est-ce que vous pourriez mettre le screen de l'hymne national haïtienne, de tous les hymnes nationaux? Merci beaucoup.
Le texte?
Tous les textes. Vous voyez la photo que je vous ai envoyée sur WhatsApp?
Oui, je vais essayer de trouver un texte plus clair, parce que j'ai peur que ça soit un peu flou pour ceux qui vont lire. Donc, donne-moi 2 secondes et je te laisse commencer, Michela. Voilà. Un instant. La Dessalienne.
Attends. Une seconde, je vous envoie le lien là où je les ai trouvés.
Je l'ai.
Laisse-moi attendre une seconde.
C'est bon.
C'est la même ligne parce qu'il y a plusieurs comme ça.
Non, je te montre, je partage. C'est le Wikipédia. Il est dans les 2 langues.
Là, c'est les autres.
Voilà.
Ça, c'est 1, 2, 3. Les autres. 1, 4. Et ça, c'est la 5e.
C'est bon?
Parfait. Parfait.
OK, let me drop it. Tac. 1 second. OK. The stage is yours.
Merci.
Mazel tov.
Donc, once again, shalom everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. J'espère que tout le monde allait bien. Et le plus souvent, quand chaque monde prend un bagage, il prend des caddies, il prend quand on passe sous, il commence à citer. Mais je dis, je font bagage différent. Usually, people take a pasuk similar to the former rabbis, and they start to darshan. But today, I want to do something differently. Pour ça, me dit ça. I was always, j'étais toujours quand curieux, quand on des 10 commandements, dit, c'est sûr que si il y a 10 commandements là, c'est sûr que nos ancêtres, c'est étaient très sages, et c'est mon qui étaient très discret dans la façon, et c'est mon aussi qui comprennent qui problème qui était créé dans le futur là. Et si jamais encore, les Européens, les gens, on peut dire, qui pourraient venir nous confondre, si jamais vous avez venir, qui ça vous avez fait pour vous installer, pour vous créer, pour nous toujours rester dans la source. So to say this, our ancestors, they were very wise. They were very, very wise people. Why do I say that? Because they understood that one day, long after they are gone, that their enemies would come back and confuse their children like they once confused them in Africa. So what they do, they found a way to install a few things just to leave us. And as long as we follow it, it will be our guideline. Les 10 commandements. We know the 10 commandments. Nous connaissons quand on a 10 commandements, il y a deux tablettes, 5 là, 5 là. Et puis, nous connaissons quand le premier, c'est la loi de Dieu avec les hommes, correspond avec les hommes, pour communiquer avec les hommes. Et l'autre là, c'est les hommes aux hommes. So we understand there's 10 commandments. Sorry, the switching up language. Sometimes I don't want the English speakers to miss out as well. So we're gonna get there slowly. Bezrat Hashem. So we understand that in the 10 commandments, you have 2 tablets. One, things that most of you known before. One is God and man, and the other one is man towards his fellow men. So my ancestors understood that, and they instilled one thing. And I said, I'm sure in my constitution or somewhere in my tradition, I am sure I will find that. So suddenly something said, go look in the hymne national haïtien. And God is Aldi. Let's see what it said. Pour le pays, pour les ancêtres, for the country, for the ancestors, mentions unies. So we understand one thing. In order for you to have a stage, something concrete, something like you could say, like you're sitting, you have 3. You have to have 3 things for the thing to like really say rooted basically. Et là, la même façon nous t'ai fait pour Israël, parce que nous connaissons que ancêtre nous c'était juif qui étaient allés dans le deuxième temple parmi les 10 tribus qui étaient allés en Afrique, qui étaient restés là, et au fil du temps ils étaient venus mener aux en Amérique. Donc ça c'est compris. Et nous comprenons pour qu'un pays, une culture gagne yon bagay qui établit vraiment, premièrement, il faut besoin de 3 bagailles. Premier bagay là, on a besoin de la terre. Il faut besoin en terre. N'est-ce pas? Et ça fait, c'est très important aussi que l'organe terre, il faut protéger terre là. Il faut protéger terre là, il faut manger qui saute dans terre là, il faut terre à bord manger, comme on avait vu dans Boutina Kadisha, dans la permaculture. L'orgon terre, faut terre à bord manger. Faut ressources naturelles terre là, faut le cas, si on veut besoin soutenir tout le monde qui gagne dans le pays, soit l'or, diamant, dans le trading et tout ça, faut que ressources naturelles li ka supporter tout le monde. Ça c'est un. Non gars en Haïti qu'on y a. Let's look in Haiti, right? Haiti has agriculture. How come most Haitians don't eat Haitian food? The Caribbean, they have agriculture. How come most of your food is imported? And that's the big secret. Nous connaissons quand on a mangé. We know in food is neshama, neshamot, kafakela. Basically the food basically needs to do his tikkun, needs someone, a human being, to elevate it. How do you elevate it? When you make a bracha with kavana, of course. And that's how do you make the kavana. You understand that when you say ba'ur, You understand? You have to think of the Yod, Ata. You have to think of the, the first Hey, and then, Hashem. You have to think of the Vav, and you have to think not just the Vav. You have to think of the Chesed of the Vav, because why? The Vav himself, it's a whole partsouf. C'est tout en figure. Qui dit ça en créole? C'est tout en structure. On the structure, inside the structure, you have what? You have 6 spheroid. So you have to think, like when you say Hashem, after you say Baruch Ata, and then you say Hashem, you have to think of, faut penser que ou dit Chesed du Vav, et après ou aller dans Tiferet, Eloken, ou aller dans Tiferet, Melek, Gevura, et then Aulam, ou retourner dans deuxième, dans premier et encore, et jusqu'à ce que quand vous avez besoin ou descendre en bas net, les filles nous disent, whether you dis Amotile Reminaret, Shiakol Niabidvao, après vous c'est Yesod, et puis Malchut, qui c'est dernier here. Et c'est pour ça, regardez, quand vous 5, which is Malchut, le dernier here, c'est ça, quand vous entrez là-dedans, pour le premier partie de l'hymne national, et même dans la tradition que nous reçoit de Moses, où les 10 commandements, c'est 5 et 5. Parce que 5 là, lui-même, c'est l'arrivée. It bring everything concretely. Quand vous l'amenez là. Donc, il faut comprendre tout pour ne pas, quand on veut besoin, perdre du trace nous, que là, quand on veut besoin, ou manger paysan, ou sentir bien, parce que si tu as été oublié vraiment, on veut dire soleil pas qu'à brûler. On blanc qui dit que c'est haïtien sont menti, on blanc qui dit que oui, ou doit faire Haïti, ou doit faire Afrique, mais c'est pas votre terre. Quand a person that tells me, let's just take for the South African for example, you could be a person of European descent and born in Africa, but you're not African, because the real land that is yours, the land, become one with you. You cannot have sunburn if the land is your land. It's impossible. It's your land. It's your land of your forefathers. It's not your land. When you eat the fruit of that land, it's supposed to enliven you, to enrich you, because why? The reincarnation of those who come before you, your ancestors, or old cousin, etc. You may take in all of that. My little son is come. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Excusez-moi, vous connaissez, Rabbi fait un petit, un nouveau bébé, Baruch Hashem, donc c'est ça qui fait ça. Donc, côté avant, donc pour nous dire ça, que pour le pays, nous avons dit c'est la terre encore, donc il faut comprendre ça encore. Ça veut dire que c'est très important pour manger qui saute dans le pays ou qui grandit dans le pays. On parle de Haïti. Let's talk about Haiti, for example. Right now, it's complete chaos. Right now, do you know there's many great agriculture? However, what they do, they block the agriculture. They block the agriculture and they import from other countries. They import. And I bet you they're doing the similar thing in many countries. So for you, a person watching, who's only in his intellect, you could think, oh, this is just good business, this is bad business, this is this. No, it's whole spiritual work going on behind. No. It's a whole spiritual work going behind. Why is that? Because they understand if you don't eat from your country, yeah, fast sweetheart, which one do you want? You want this? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, they understand if you don't eat your own food, your food from your land, guess what? It's going to make you sick. It's not only that going to make you sick, it's going to disconnect you from your source. And what is the best way to disconnect you from your source? By disconnect you from your land. So now, right now, here's the second thing that's going on. There's a movement called the Biden program where Haitians are coming out. You know, côté tout haïtien que quoi débarquer par des milliers. On veut dire et l'on regarde dans Torah tout, l'explique bagay, il dit si quand ou pas obéi tout ça m'dou yo, guess what happened? The land, même Jean Israël, même Jean tout côté, the land will push you out. So parfois on besoin penser c'est où vle à les États-Unis, ou penser c'est où vle à la France. But you know, sometimes you think you want to leave the land to go to USA, France, or whatsoever. No, it's the land that doesn't want you because you don't appreciate the land. If everything is alive, the land is alive, everything is alive, this is the case. So you understand, to care for your land, to be one with your land is very important. Now let's take it from the American brothers who's here. We're not from America. We're from Africa. So how come we are eating only food made or imported from America? How come? All of that stuff. This is why you see, unfortunately, and I say that be'ava, unfortunately, the average black person, the average black man, his age range is most likely they betting on 65. So to get tout ça dans bagay ça, il faut nous comprendre que l'été à pas pour, c'est tout ça. Comment fait que qu'on veut dire, how come there's no market, there's no trend to say, you know what, let's import things from Africa? No, they don't want that. They will never want that. That's not good for, for the people that we want to put in our domination. It's not good. They will never want such a thing. And they will never want you to say, you know what, let's make Aliyah. Let's make Aliyah to Congo. Let's make Aliyah to Senegal, to Igbo land. No, they don't want that. They don't want that. They will never want that. So c'est tout bagay sa yo. So ka comprendre, premier bagay yo te fait, c'était déconnecter nous avec la terre. Et qui gens qu'on besoin, ancêtre yo on besoin, qui gens nous au moins qu'on y a nous un minimum, c'est parce que parler dedans c'est la tradition. Et ça fait on culture again for une tradition. Deuxième bagay, second thing you need afterwards, and in order to become a people, you need to always be connected to your ancestors. What does that mean? So when you're in the army, that you say Baruch Ata Hashem, Eloi Avraham, Eloi Yitzchak, Eloi Yaakov. What do you think you're saying? That's Torah. That's ancestry Torah. That is ancestry Torah, because only your ancestors can come and really, be in your corners as your lawyer, protect you, shield you. This is why it's very important. I always tell people that I study with, every day, seek to life for your ancestors. Chaque jour, lui, mais on bouge pour tout ancêtre pour qui ça? Pas de monde qui a biné don encore. Tout le monde pensait que après la mort, ça c'est fini. Non, c'est menti. C'est menti. C'est peut-être ça aussi. Il a mené toute la christianité et tout ça pour te couper toute lignée avec ancêtre parce que et peut-être ça encore était tout ça ancêtre t'a fait c'est bagaille archaïque. All the things your ancestors was doing, even though they were doing it 2,000 years before, and show that our community, our societies were working for 2,000 years, but they told it archaic. So it was a whole wisdom to separate you from your ancestor. That's why most of us in the Western Hemisphere, en pile nan nou qui dans Western Hemisphere, nous pas qui est ancêtre nous, non, faut qu'on qui est, faut aller chercher, faut aller connaître, faut aller chercher qui est yo est. Faut l'humain pour you. Chaque jour, vous dites merci, on a besoin d'aider, etc. Be my lawyer, etc. Tout ça, on l'a dans tout. Donc, et même le tout, par exemple, on prend un exemple, même là, on peut faire un business, même là, on peut faire, on a besoin d'ouvrir, on prend madame, even when you're going to do a new business, you're going to, look for a new wife. You have to be connected. Oh, sorry about that. You have to be connected to les ancêtres. Parce que depuis au pas vle, business n'a pas marché. Let me put this table a little bit closer. Sorry about that, guys. Let me put this stay close. That's... So, exactement. Donc, j'aime dire moi, tout bagage ça parce que on parle de sérieux de la tradition que nous recevons, en pile monde, on a besoin, il y a monde vraiment qui a un problème physique, on peut dire, mais il y a monde ouais quand il y a monde ouais, il y a pas de problème physique. There are certain people, they have no physical deficiencies, they are perfectly healthy people, but they are married and no children. And you probably think, oh wow, maybe this, maybe that. No, it's very simple. When the ancestors doesn't want, no kids. When your ancestors does not want, no kids. Why? Because who's the Gilgul? When they say Bilam was Lavan, or Gilgul of Lavan, yes, both stand. Because your ancestors, they can only reincarnate into their own, descendant. Et c'est exactement ça. So, donc, let me say it in Creole. Donc, ou gen wè quand on couple qui marié, yo semble yo parfait quand physiquement, yo pas aucun problème. Et le gars de ouais, yo pas fait petit. Pour qui ça? C'est parce que depuis ancêtre yo pas vle, pas gen ti moun ka fait. Léo du bilan t'es là, on veut dire c'était réincarnation de la vente. Oui, c'est vrai. Pour qui ça? Parce que ancêtre yo même c'est dans petit yo qui réincarné. C'est tout ça. And even in with Yitzhak for boys, before the Brit Milah, when you do a Brit Yitzhak, there's a part where you say in the Zohar basically, and they say this part you have to think of which ancestors you want to connect to at this part, because that ancestors will serve as a guardian for that child. And from the tradition that I receive, that there are many couples, unfortunately, I hope no one here, lo aleno, but there are many couples, sometimes the children is not for the father, and it creates many problems in the marriage. So you understand, connecting to your ancestors is everything, because there's a power as well. Gon pouvoir, gon puissance. Les quand on veut dire, ou qui est qui ancêtre des générations en génération. There's a power knowing who your ancestors are. There's a huge power on that, and one should seek to connect to it. And another one, unity. So you see, unity. Now, look at us right now in the hemisphere. There's a syndrome called the head Negro in charge syndrome. I need to show I'm better than this guy. I need to show I'm bigger rabbi. I'm this. No, it's not. There's space for everyone. I don't need that. Unity. Together, we can make it happen. If he's the best person, the better speaker, the best person, let them do it. If he's the better, the better stage, let them do it. Play your position. Unity. All of that stuff. So the same idea as well. For the Israelite to arrive. Pour Israël qui peut arriver recevoir la Torah, il dit là tu as marché de Égypte jusqu'à Sinaï, you te one body, one people. You te font unité, et c'est comme ça. Et deuxièmement, et leur continuer bah ça lui dit dans nos rangs point de traite. Dans nos rangs point de traite, Rabbi Pinchas, are you here with me? I don't know if you're still here. Okay. Dans nos rangs point de traite, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Dans nos rangs point de traite, ça veut dire among each other, we have to stop betraying each other. We have to stop, selling each other to outsiders. This is why even the same idea as well, the same idea that you're not supposed to take a Jew to secular court. You're not supposed to take a Jew to secular court. Let me say it again. You're not supposed to take a Jew to secular court. The same ideas should apply here because, Israel here, Israel there. There's the same idea they established for the the 2 tribe that stays, the same idea should be established for the 10 tribe. You're not supposed to do that to your brother. You're not supposed to do. How many people here in America that end up in jail because one of their brothers sell them, or one of their women sell them? I learned a very big thing from Rabbi Mordechai. Once said 1 out of 2 men that's in jail, black men, because of a woman. How many, my women, my ladies, how many of us are in jail because you felt a certain way, you call the cops? This needs to stop. This needs to stop. Yes, if the man dangerous, yes. But how many for silly things? How many? No, this needs to stop. Dans nos rangs, point de traite. You're not supposed to take another Jew, whether it's in the 2nd tribe, or not 2nd tribe, the 2 tribe, or the 10th tribe, which is the melanated people. You're not supposed to do that. And he said, du sol, soyons seuls maîtres. That's the 5th one. Du sol, soyons seuls maîtres. The land, we shall be master. The land shall be yours. Nobody should come from somewhere else and come buy your land. A land is yours. That's what the ancestors left for you. You're not supposed to sell the land. You could rent it even for 100 years. But that land, or 50 years, Yovel, 50 years. But that land should never be sold. It's your land of your ancestors, not for you to give. It's not for you to give. It was never. It's something your ancestors left for you. You don't know why they do what they had to do for you. My African from Congo, how many of us right now from Nigeria, how many of us sell the land to other people and they take the resources? How many of us in Haiti right now? How many land has been sold? There's oil, there's gold, there's everything. How many of us sold land to the Clinton? Like the place they call Labadie, one of the nicest resort in Haiti. It's not owned by Haitian, unfortunately. En pile terre qui en Haïti, qui a bien mené vraiment. Yo pas pour Haïtien vraiment, c'est pour Clinton, c'est pour l'autre nègre, c'est pour l'autre frère Clinton, frère, tout le monde ça yo. Yo vend terre, on terre yo bataille, yo fait pour yo vend terre. Same thing, Congo, Nigeria. How many of your ancestors that was killed for it? You sell it. You sell it and you let them, they take the natural resources. How many? So no, I urge you, these things, Haiti became the first independent country because they follow these things. And we need to go back to that time again. And you see, as you go further, you see, he gave you the first préliminaire. Les 5 préliminaires, et l'autre 5 encore national, il cachait tout bagaille là-dedans. Par exemple, gagnons l'autre encore. Dans l'autre 5, il dit, formons des fils. Formons des fils. Ou pas qu'à kankou, ou là, petit ou plague petit tout. You can't be here. Formons des fils. What does that mean? Let us form our children. Let us form our sons. Father, that means it requires fathers to be present, to mold, to teach wisdom, to teach art, to teach things like the Maaseh, to teach them skills. How many of us in our communities, the fathers are not there? How many of us? This need to stop. And in order for that cultures to stop, and I said it before and I said it many times, there needs to be marriages. It's okay. The fact that you see someone you like as a man, you see someone you like, and you want to, bring her close, you want to bring her under your issue, there's nothing wrong with that. C'est on veut dire pétion Dessalines, t'es plus qu'on madame. Pétion, mon grand-père, monsieur t'es besoin 3 madame. On veut dire c'est pas dans la culture nous pour seul madame sous un monde parce que l'homme marié on nous ba en situation et ces problèmes ça vient créer qui vient créer on va faire petit dehors les finir quitter les finir à traîner non il dit ça formons des fils on parle pas sérieux in America most black women are unmarried. Where's my guys? You should seek to do everything Moshe do. How come? Guys, help me. Help me. Whereby all these things, we need to do something. This is stop. This is a time to stop. This is a time to restart. When you look at it this way, there's this famous Congolese song that said like this: God, it was a song asking questions, saying, God, where does this come from? The origin, the origin of the black skin, the origin of Adam Arishon. How come it's white? How come it's this? No, it's a programming. We had our own programming / spirituality. I'm speaking for all the people who love computers, our own spirituality. And by coming, I don't know if you ever see a computer malware come in there, by allowing other cultures, other spirituality to come in, it creates a malware. And we were not designed to function this way. We were not designed to function this way. Nous pas fabriquer, nous pas créer pour fonctionner comme ça. Et ça fait qu'on coupe en tête en bas. Et ça fait qu'on y a, on prend exemple de Haïti. Haïti, par exemple, tout Haïtien ici, il y a dit que c'est tant y a tant pour Kenyans tuer bandits pour Américains venir prendre. Non, ça sont mauvais pensées liées. Ça sont mauvais pensées. Alors, les pour Américains viennent prendre pays, les finir pour faire tourner même Saint-Domingue. Ça sont pensées banales. Ou pas qu'à penser comme ça comme Haïtien. Ou pas que c'est sous blanc quand on a besoin de quitter pour venir mettre l'autre la caillou. La caillou, c'est la caillou. Ou pas qu'à quitter, non, jamais. Jamais. Affaire bagay kap di on veut jouer qui a dit ça encore en créole? Non, ou pas qu'à gagner deux madame. Qui est-ce qui dit ça? Abraham te gagne deux madame. Qui est encore? Jacob te gagne 4, Moïse te gagne 2, ou même qui pisse au monde. You know? I said in English. This stuff, like for example, in the community with so many unmarried women, and you telling a person you cannot have more than one wife. Abraham, he had several. He had Hagar, Hatorah. Some say it's one. Some say they are one, but it's not. It's two separate persons. Jacob, he had 4. Moses had 2. And you the holiest person in the world. You think you're better than them? Excuse me. I'm sorry. No. You must live free. You must return to original design, to the original programming. What is the program? Torah. What is the program? Ancestors. Connect to your ancestors. If not, you'll never make it. My brothers that come in Judaism, they think, oh, I'm not black anymore. I'm a Jew now. I'm not black. Like the mikveh wash away their skin. I'm not black anymore. No. I'm sorry, monsieur. On besoin. I'm sorry pour nous. Pour ça me dit ça? Parce que ça lui-même, ça va pas bien me sortir. C'est pour fier de ça. Et ça lui-même, ça lui-même, il vaut 4 milliards de dollars. C'est pour fier de ça. C'est pour fier de ça. Non. Jean Abdullah. Et même là, quand on a cherché fille tout, là, on a cherché fille bagay ça. Faut qu'on famille fille. Là, on a cherché une fille, faut qu'on famille fille. Pour qui ça? Qui est la femme? La femme, c'est sa mère au futur. Faut qu'on famille fille. Et si nous besoin qu'on qui est son fille vraiment, gain la Torah, gain tout côté dans Torah que li ka montre qui est c'est quoi la femme. Par exemple, Shlomo Amelech, Léo Tabral quand inauguré Beth Amikdash, temple en bas ça. Monsieur t'a dormi avec la princesse de Pharaon. C'est là ça maman monsieur dit OK. Bon m'explique c'est quoi la femme. Et l'écrit et c'est là que Échet Raïl t'est venu écrit. Dans échec trahil là, l'on regarde échec trahil, que on veut dire, on regarde ouais échec trahil là, où elle gagne deux parties. Premier partie, sous besoin qu'on qui est son fille. Premier partie, c'est sous ouais quand on besoin, ou après, soit non fille commencer par A ou dit échec trahil, mais ça qui est-ce qui a besoin je on femme forte, pas a good wife, forte. Et deuxième partie, premier partie c'est qui est fiant, deuxième partie c'est potentiel fiant. So qu'on est là je non fille ou garder non le bagage ça, le garde non fiant, OK? On comprend, OK, fiant commencer par veuve ou connaît quand OK, ou dit dans veuve là premier partie ou dans échec il non garder, il me dit OK, bon ouais, va comme là, OK, good. Ça nous devons comprendre ça c'est l'allié qu'on y a, mais côté me amener fiant qui côté pour aider moun ça pour ka sortir dans potentiel li. C'est pour aller dans vatiten nan. As I was saying before, guys, I said, even before, for example, you pick a wife, don't just pick a wife because you see her, you like her. There's more to it. You have to find who she is. This is why there's shatranim, there's many things imposed to know it. Not only that, too, you have to do background checks. Who is this person? Family. Who's her mother? Who's her mother? Who's the wife? A wife is a mother in the future. And that's it. And if you're looking for real wisdom to know what's a wife, come to Eshekail. Bacheva did all of us a favor. He established everything we need to know. Come to Eshekail. The first part of Eshekail, all you have to do, look at the first name. First part is who she is. Second part is her potential. So all of that stuff, guys, please. We have to have a responsibility to each other, to our country, to our land, to our people, to our Torah, to our spirituality. We have to deprogram ourselves. Right now, we're living in a matrix. We have to deprogram ourselves. Right now, we are sleeping. Nabdomi. And also, I'll let you know the truth. What is the melanin? Something I learned. You have to understand who drink more beer? Mexican. But who's most likely will be, and so how do you say that? Non thérapie pour boire beer. Noir. Faut qu'on la mélanine sont amplifiers liés. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Ça veut dire si quand on veut besoin ou mon bagage ou n'a pas qu'à stopper. Et ça fait quand on veut besoin tout ça on qui gagne mélanine fait, il toujours accélérer la donne. Les basketteurs tout bagage ça veut dire pour quand mélanine c'est quand c'est son turbo lié, c'est quand on conduire machine ou mettre machine sous turbo. Mais tu comprends? Donc, c'est pour ça que je dis, tout le monde qui est noir, qui ben zera Israël, il faut prendre Kimbe Shabbat. Whether he understand a little or big, he has to do Shabbat. Why? Because it's a reset. It's a reset for his soul. Because of the melanin. It's a reset. Everything about him is an amplifier. So he needs the reset. Any question, by the way, before I move forward? Good.
We said that move forward.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So now, hold on a second. Before, when I wanted to teach the Parashat Shavua, but when I opened the book, Ben Ishchai, I also fell into this Parashat Kitisa. When he said, if we find favor in your eyes, if we please find favor in your eyes, go in the midst of us. Now, nous comprenons que ça, toujours histoire, ça, est connecté aussi avec l'histoire des Noirs qui sont venus dans le Western Hemisphere. Pourquoi j'ai dit ça? Parce que, ouais, vraiment, bon Dieu, par exemple, quitté. Parce que qui numéro que value de bon Dieu? 26. So, l'on regarder on veut dire combien de pays qui gagnent dans Amérique du Sud? 12. Combien de pays qui gagnent dans les Caraïbes? 13. Et Amérique du Nord, son seul terre lié, quand on veut le faire, il fait 6. Il fait 1, ça veut dire qu'il fait 26. Bon Dieu, par exemple, quitter. Et même malgré quand on veut dire, n'oubliez un pile bagaille, n'oubliez, mais toujours quand on a besoin, le peuple, le Zérat Yaakov qui quittait l'Afrique, bah, ça, son peuple qui tout soif de Dieu. Et c'est pour ça. Mais le problème, c'est que, ils soif de Dieu, oui, c'est vrai, mais le problème là, ils mettent un mauvais programme sur eux. As I was saying before, yes, they are very thirsty for God. They are very, because just like here, they asked Hashem, come in the midst of us, not to leave us. Same thing too. Hashem never left us when we left Africa. And that's why you see people like us, Zerat Yaakov, we are always thirsty for spirituality. We are always thirsty. If you want to take over, a black person, offer on spirituality. That's it. They knew that from the start. That's why they had to do the whole work on us. And even still today in Haiti, what do you have? Mormonism. What do you have? Mormonism. They come in, the missionaries, they're still coming with the little short shirts and a white shirt in bicycles. They're still coming. They are preaching you JC, but at night, or 5 o'clock in the morning, they go drain your natural resources. It's a well-known thing. Go check it out. Because they understood that. They understood these people, they don't really want what's in the land. No, appreciate everything is left for you. And to say something about the tikkun of the melanin as well, I want to understand one thing. How come a people, you call a people, quote unquote, that's what many people, when they want to push their so-called agenda, they say these people is cursed, this people is this, this people is that. So how come a cursed people has the best land, the best agriculture, the best food, the best stone, the best everything, the oil is found in their land, everything? If that's a curse, give it to me. I like it. How come? So you have to understand that there was a whole agenda. And again, that's what I said. The black man Torah. A person, on moun pa bijam ka vraiment monter, vraiment arriver sous potentiel li, sous pral nan religion l'autre monde. Non, faut aller dans sa ancêtre qui quitté pour. Il y a pas suivant. Papa talking, okay? Love you. Faut aller dans sa qui quitté pour. Gon raison parce que 2000 ans que tout ça marché. Gon raison. Donc, je m'ai dit, les dit, ok, pas un problème. Si nous jouons une faveur dans les yeux, allez devant. Et il explique comme ça, il dit, allez devant nous, Dieu, il explique le nom de El Adonai. Il explique aussi que, non, il y a pas sûr, il y a pas, non, papa, stop, ok? Papa, stop. Go play with Zaza. No. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But yes. Okay. One second. Sorry about that, guys. But yes, like I was saying. So you understand? Non, ça. Que quoi on besoin ça que t'as là avec nous vraiment, mais malgré qu'un coup, chaque terre ou traversée, où elle nom a changé, peut-être bien différents noms selon la tradition. Nous allons demander qu'un coup on besoin les tontons du village. Mais les quand quoi demander l'abdou non tout ça vient de la Torah. So les OK, si nous jouons une faveur dans Dieu, allez de dans mi-temps nous. Et non elle a donné là il dit OK ouais ça c'est numéro que value savent qui savent c'est tzadik vav qui tzadik vav ça veut dire c'est 96. OK, pas un problème. Les vins du gon l'autre savent encore, gen l'autre qui vini dans l'autre côté dans l'autre côté de l'impurité. Et il dit chaque coup en faisant chaque jour lever et pour l'écraser l'autre là. Pour l'écraser le monde bah ça. Et c'est pour ça et c'est peut-être ça c'est très important que l'homme levé faut entrer dans la spiritualité parce que tout ton travail pour faire pour protéger tête pour protéger pays ou so l'or levé comme ça ou pas prier ou pas faire on sans protection. Vous comprenez pour ça pays en danger. Vous comprenez pour ça pays en danger. Ou pas prier, ou pas faire rien, ou pas spirituel. Et c'est on besoin c'est tout bagaille c'est bagaille moralité qu'a fait seulement tout bagaille une sexualité tout sexualiser tout bagaille. Vous comprenez pour qui ça ou pas bien qu'arriver. Non, on parle bagaille sérieux. Qui s'appelle les mazal? Can you guys see here?
Oui, c'est bon, on voit en moitié.
Moitié, l'espoir.
Monsieur Part.
Là-bas. On parle de sérieux. Let's talk serious. Qui s'appelle les mazal? Premièrement, faut marier. Pour vraiment accélérer dans la Torah, vraiment, faut marier. You could, to really excel in Torah, you have to be married. To really, 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 really excel, to receive the Torah in a very, very different way, very elevated way, marriage is a must. Because a man, un garçon, c'est pas un homme, c'est pas un full homme lié vraiment, tout est pas marié. Parce que qu'est-ce qui se passe? Chaque jour, lumière a descend, n'est-ce pas? Chaque jour, un sauf là. Imaginez tout ça, c'est un sauf. Et pas vrai, c'est ça, un sauf. Un sauf, s'il descend comme ça, if it comes out like that, it's going to make a shvira in the kelim. So what happened? It goes down to the 10th sphere. And then, boom. After it goes down to the 10th sphere, it goes down to the Maksana Neshamot. Maksava Melachim, Maksava Klipot, Shiva Rekiim, jusqu'à ce qu'il tombe. Now, l'homme n'est pas marié, mais ça passe. L'homme n'est pas marié, mais ça passe. Because si quand vous gagnez tout cornet, I'm not the best drawer ever. When the ensof is coming down, because you're missing one rib, I'm going to say this is like one rib missing. I'm going to put this part right here. L'homme n'est pas marié. Les bénédictions a tombé en forme de lumière, en forme de ensof. Même si on fait tout Torah, vraiment, on fait vraiment. Mais l'homme pas marié, what happened? Parce que quand vous avez toute partie encore, lumière descend, oui, mais la descend là comme ça. La fin la fait là, pas le descendre reste côté. The light will come down. When you're not married, what happened when you're not married? The light comes down. The light is there every day. The bracha is there every day. The keli, number one, has to be clean, it has to be ready, it has to be received. But when a man is not married, what happened? Because he's missing that lost rib, what happened? What happened when he missed that lost rib? The light comes down, but it goes here. Because you have basically an open side of you. or open space spiritually. There's a one rib missing. So unfortunately, it cannot go all the way here. It's supposed to arrive all the way to the foot, but it does not. Why? Because that missing rib. So that's why when a person is married, we could say man, woman, the light comes down, and then boom. And suddenly, Bene Chaye maisonné. Donc c'est comme ça. Et pour me dire nous vraiment, moment arrivé, ancêtre a demandé pour tout le monde retourner dans socio. Qu'on y a gon mouvement qu'on y a à côté, tout le monde commence à dénoncer, commence à apprendre la vérité, apprendre la vérité que ou t'es non mauvais chemin. Oui, c'est vrai. C'est un. Mais qu'est-ce que on a besoin ou faire? Est-ce que l'offre qu'on est OK? To know the truth, to know that you're on the wrong path, to know that this place, this is a lie. That's great. But what do you do after that? Do you stand still, say this is a lie, and then continue moving on, stay in your own life? Or do you go and say, you know what? Let me find out about my source. Let me find out about God. We have all of this for you. The Black Man Torah. Let me find out. And that's the thing. So no, brothers, marry yourself. Marry yourself. There can never be too much blessing. If another blessing comes to you, that means your keli has been elevated. All my chief rabbis, whether you're from America, whether you're in Israel, acquire more blessings. If a blessing, let me say it again. If a blessing comes to you, that means your keli has become bigger and more light is underway. So don't ever turn away blessing. Don't ever turn away bracha. This is all I wanted to say today. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys, and I give you all your blessing. May you return to your source. May you return to your ancestors. May you be proud of your ancestors. May you not neglect them. And may you connect to the Black Man Torah. Thank you.
Toda Rabbi Chief Rabbi Zohar pour ce limoud, pour ces informations, for his informations, and all the details given during your speech. Basically, we understand that the purpose will be to understand that to be able to see all the work we are doing with the Chief Rabbinate of Africa, with the Nusar Afriki, with the respect we give to the countries where we are from Africa to West Indies to Haiti, the first Black Republic ever. You have to gather a lot of wisdom, a lot of information. You cannot just arrive, pop up, and think that you will understand what we are trying to build. Pop up, see, and think that we are building a hatred language, Chas v'shalom. We are carrying so deep questions that Chief Rabbi Zohar just summarized in front of you, from the social view of what is a family life to the way to deal with the connection with our ancestors, with the wisdom they passed to us. Sometimes it can be seen just in your national anthem, till the way we have to connect with our land through nutrition, food, and so on. And also the bitterness. We have to say the word, the bitterness that is naturally built from the behavior we see toward us. Not because we are doing Chief Rabbinate of Africa, no, because that bitterness was here way before I even become a Jew way before I even start to try to become a rabbi, or way before I even start to study Sod. So that bitterness, we try to use it as a fuel, as a motor for what we are building. So like I said, Achon Achaviv, the last one is the blessed one. It summarizes basically everything that was said today. Toda Rabbi Chief Rabbi Zohar, may the word you have said being received properly and used like a powerful word for everyone to move forward. So every single rabbis who have spoke today, tomorrow you will have his own limud separate hours by hours with the main words, the main speech of their teaching. So just be connected. Thank you to all of you for your time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you also to the one who used to fight us and now they see how important we are. Thank you to all the newcomers and thank to all the one who are gonna talk positively about the work we are doing. To have the purpose of peace doesn't mean that you are not allowed to use the reality, the truth of truth in order to claim your rights. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen ve'amen. תודה רבה שווה זוהר. צום קל, חג שמח. מזל. ביי ביי. ביי ביי.